So before this video gets started, if you've ever been deactivated by Uber, Lyft, or any gig company, I'm gonna leave a link down below to sign up for Cover. Your first 30 days will be free if you use my link, and you can get a letter sent from a lawyer to either Uber or Lyft to get your account reactivated. Again, just hop in the description down below. The company is called Cover, K-O-V-E-R. You'll get your first 30 days for free, and you can get that letter sent to get your account reactivated. All right, now let's get on to the video. All right, so in today's video, there have been new details leaked by the California Labor Commission on how much money Uber and Lyft drivers will be getting. So if you drive in California, or if you just drive, or if you have ever driven Uber or Lyft, ever, period, in any state, you could be getting tons of money because Uber and Lyft are at the brink of a huge lawsuit, and it just got announced that Uber and Lyft is being sued by the California Labor Commission. This is huge. What are they suing for? On behalf of us, Uber and Lyft drivers. We're getting potentially, well, the lawsuit is over unpaid wages that we should have been classified as employees this whole time. So, and overtime pay, and if you've ever worked over 40 hours a week. By the way, comment right now down below, if you're an Uber or Lyft driver, comment how many rides you've done and how long you've been working. And maybe comment if you've ever worked more than 40 hours in a week. If you've ever worked more than 40 hours in a week, by the way, if you went out there and worked 60, 70 hours in a week, you are very, very smart. I commend you, because you could be potentially getting a ton of back pay. I know drivers who have driven 10 hours a day. You're going over the 8 hours a week, or 8 hours a day, sorry. But if you've done over 40 hours in a week, which I know I have, you could be getting overtime pay, and also getting paid for all the time you're driving home, and expenses on your car. I'm gonna shut up. I'm just gonna get into this because I think this is absolutely crazy. So again, comment down below. I'm curious. This is on Business Insider. I'm gonna keep it really short and simple. Uber and Lyft just got hit with another lawsuit in California over claims that the companies are skirting the state's gig worker law. California's Labor Commission announced Wednesday that our office is suing, oh, it's a female, Labor Commissioner, sorry, suing Uber and Lyft, claiming the companies are, she's got some, well, I don't know, whatever. She's got some drive to, no pun intended, to sue multi-billion-dollar companies, claiming the companies are stealing wages from drivers by willfully misclassifying them as contractors instead of employees. They're saying that Uber and Lyft is doing this on purpose. The suit alleges that Uber and Lyft have failed to pay drivers minimum wage, sick pay, unemployment, and other benefits guaranteed to employees under state law. AB 5, California's hotly debated gig economy law, created stricter requirements for companies seeking to designate workers as independent contractors. California's agency that oversees ride-hailing companies, I know this because I've made a video on this before, that's the California Public Utilities Commission, CPUC, yeah, ruled that drivers are employees under the law. But the companies have refused to reclassify drivers, and the issue is now at the center of multiple lawsuits. Yes, so that bill got passed. I don't know if you guys know this, and Uber and Lyft didn't do anything about it. And they started getting sued by a bunch of people, and it's like, everyone's like, bruh, you gotta reclassify drivers as employees. And they're like, we're not going to. So they started doing all these weird things, like selling drivers a drive pass so that we can get full commission, which is just on a, and then it's gone now. I don't even think you can do it. By the way, let me check, because this could be breaking news. If they got rid of it, this could be a huge warning sign. This is my app here. Oh, Drive Pass is here. They still have it up. 0% fee for up to 10 requests. They're selling drivers for full commission. That's absolutely crazy that they're doing that. And if you go down here, they allow drivers to set pricing. We can control the surge. It's absolutely crazy. They're trying to do these things to make we're giving drivers the power. Yeah, right. What passenger of the right mind are gonna accept a surge that's, if they just decline it and they'll get a cheaper one for free later on. So here we go. This is the letter to Uber and Lyft drivers. This is the letter, guys. I'm just going to, it's a pretty long letter, so I'm gonna go down. But anyway, the lawsuits I'm reading right here. The lawsuits will also seek recovery of unpaid wages and other amounts to all Uber and Lyft's California driver. If you're a driver in Uber and Lyft, I am. If you've done one single ride, you're qualified for this. These include unpaid minimum wages for all hours worked, rest period wages. So if under employee law in California, you have to take a 15-minute break every 2 hours and you need a full lunch break. So driving Uber Lyft, we don't get any of that. I know people who drive 9 hours straight. So you're gonna get paid rest time too. Unpaid overtime wages, so anytime you've driven over 40 hours a week, which I have, and I know other people have too. Liquidated damages due for minimum wage violations. Liquidated damages due for minimum wage violations. So that's being said, even if you made over the minimum wage amount, if you've ever made under the minimum wage amount, like I have before, I've gone out and gotten 1 or 2 rides and only made like $6 in that hour. Like that's happened before. I think I've honestly waited for a full hour before even getting a ride, I'm pretty sure. So not only are they going to, correct me if I'm wrong, if you're a lawyer watching this, I'm not a lawyer by the way, don't take this as legal advice, but what I assume this means is that they're gonna pay you, the minimum wage plus fees, extra money for not making minimum wage, because you're unable to pay your car off, for example, or your credit card, and on your credit card you have interest on your credit card, right? So like they'll pay you extra on top of that to cover any time you weren't able, whatever, you guys know what I'm saying. It's a penalty fee, for not doing it. Itemized wage statement violations, paid sick leave violations. So you are also supposed to get paid sick leave as an employee, like every, I don't know. I know my last job, or one of my last jobs, I haven't worked a normal job in a while, but we would get like an hour of paid sick leave every single time we worked 10 hours or something. So, or 20 hours maybe. So in 40 hours, you get 2 hours of paid sick leave, I'm pretty sure. Does that sound about right? So 1 day per month of paid sick leave, maybe 2 days per month. I forget what it is. But anyways, you're gonna get paid for all those days that you didn't take paid sick leave. Penalties for failure to pay all wages during employment and at separation of employment, and reimbursement of business expenses. Reimbursement of business expenses. Holy bananas. You know what is a business expense? According to the IRS? According to the IRS, guys, IRS standard business tax deduction. I'm not a CPA. Do not take this as tax advice, but I'm just a normal dude on the internet. Look at this. Oh, I need standard mileage, sorry. Standard mileage. Sorry, I don't know why I said business. It's 57.5 cents a mile. So, let's say an Uber driver, which I could see this as a very real thing, has driven 2 or 3 years. They put on 200,000 miles in their car. Maybe, let's say they've driven 4 years. I know this, literally, people have driven more than this, but I'm gonna be like on the safe side. I have friends who have driven this much. I know a guy in one of my Facebook groups, he's like, I've driven every single day for 5 years. He driven 200,000 miles times 0.57.5. That's $115,000. That driver could potentially be getting $115,000 on this lawsuit. That's crazy. Again, I'm just speculating. This isn't like reimbursement of business expenses. His car is a business expense. His miles that he puts on his car, according to the IRS, is based, the expense is 57.5 cents per mile. I know a lot of companies do this if they require you to travel for work. I have a friend who she had to drive like 8 hours. They just paid her the 57.5 cents per mile as a wage. So that, because it was a business expense for her. The labor commissioner is the plaintiff in these lawsuits, proceeding under her independent legal authority to enforce these above. This is absolutely crazy, guys. I haven't seen a lawsuit. This, by the way, This isn't, you know, some rinky-dinky law firm, some rinky-dinky couple of Uber drivers wanting to get back at Uber. No, this is the labor commissioner, guys. This is the government. The Governor Gavin Newsom signed off on this, I believe. Or Carlos Torres, assistant chief, wage claim. I don't know, Gavin Newsom's name is on the top right. He's our governor. This is absolutely bonkers, guys. You could be getting tons of money. So just keep up to date. Make sure to like this video if you want that money, and make sure to subscribe. By the way, if you get into this, if you have to file into this lawsuit, you could get deactivated from this, but you could also be getting $200,000, $300,000, $400,000. I'm not even exaggerating. If you've been a full-time driver before, if you're a part-time driver, 50 grand, 10 grand, 5 grand, better than nothing. But let's say you do get that $200,000, $300,000, you could go drive for Lyft instead, or go start doing Uber Eats. Rideshare sucks right now anyway. I'm sorry, but this honestly, this is like built up emotions over time, because Uber and Lyft have been underpaying workers, the hardest workers. In my opinion, Uber and Lyft drivers are some of the hardest workers to go out and drive 10 hours per day, making, you know, not that good of money, and putting the work. I mean, in my opinion, Uber and Lyft drivers make good money, but at the same time, putting a lot of miles on their vehicle, and that's a big business expense, because, you know, you're having to take your car and you have to get a new car. Luckily for me, I don't drive that much, so, you know, I'll have to calculate the numbers and see how much we can all make. You know, I'll probably, you know, I'll try to come up with a way. You know, I like to investigate into these stuff. If you've done 5,000 trips, I can calculate, I'll try to calculate how much money you can get for doing 5,000 trips. And you might have to send me how much money you've made, you know, over that time. I'll be glad to do it for every single one of you guys watching this. If you want to say, hey, Dylan, you know what? I've done 1,000 rides and I've made $15,000. How much money, does that sound about right? Yeah, and I made about $15,000, maybe 10, 15 bucks per ride. How much money could I be owed in this? And I'll say, you know what, send me your earnings. I'll go through how many hours you worked, all that stuff. I'm happy to do that, because for me it's fun, and I make video content out of it too, and it's a learning process, so I can pass that information on to others. So anyways, guys, leave the video a big thumbs up if you want to see the second video, this follow-up video on how to get that money, and also how much money you could make. And also, if you do just want more money in general, leave the video a big thumbs up, and make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on that video when I post it. Thank you all for watching, and have an amazing day. All right, stay safe out there, guys. Bye.